I gave Fable 5 and Opus 4.8 the same job, and one of the models costs double. In this video, I would show you which one actually won. Take a look at this. A ball inside a spinning box. The ball keeps moving. This is really very hard for a model to crack it up. One model got it the best and the other one didn't. Now look at this tool. This is a B-roll text highlight animation tool that I built using Fable 5, and it turns a news article into your video. I would just need to select the words and select the photo, and it renders the entire 4K clip on its own. Here's the plan today. I would explain what's Fable 5, I would test it, and I would compare it against Opus 4.8, give it the same job, and then see who wins. Then I give Fable a much bigger job on its own. Fable costs double, so the question is it worth it? Let's check it out in this video. Quick thing before you start, if you build AI, hit that subscribe button. I share these videos every week. Now let's get straight into it. So what's actually Fable 5? It's the strongest model Anthropic ever built, and now normal people can use it. It's not built for some small tasks. It's actually built for bigger and hard jobs. Firstly, it can plan the whole job, writes code and tests the code, and then fixes the code entirely. And guess what? It can work for days and days while you sleep. And here's the true story. Stripe actually gave a huge pile of its own code, and which would take an entire team to build it in 2 months. But Fable just did it in 1 day. Just 1 day. Now you can understand how crazy this model is. So here's the crazy part. So Fable was launched in 9th June. And then at 12th June, within a few days, US government took it back without any warning. The access was cut for everyone. Why? Because someone got past its safety rules. In one test, it wrote whole code to attack a bug. That scared a lot of people in Washington. So Anthropic actually fought back after that. They just claim that the same task can be done through other models as well. It's not just done by Fable. And they also argued that they built an entire safety layer on it. And then it worked. Finally, on 1st of June, it's back. Think about that. The model that I would test today was banned last month. Crazy, right? But here's the catch. Fable actually costs double of what Opus costs. So it has got 1 million token context window by default, and up to 128k output tokens per request. The pricing is $10 per input tokens and $50 per output tokens. It's pretty much expensive, but is it worth that price? Let's figure that out. Let's test and find out if Fable 5 is worth paying double the price. So I'm just gonna give Fable 5 and Opus 4.8 the same task. So firstly, let's start with Fable 5. And I'm just gonna give this prompt, so you can just pause the video and just read through the prompt if you like. Basically, I've asked Fable 5 to build a self-contained HTML that simulates a ball bouncing inside a regular hexagon that is slowly rotating. Here are the constraints. The ball is affected by gravity and falls towards the bottom all the time, and the ball bounces off the 6 walls. Because the walls are moving, the bounces must be physically correct. And I've given some other constraints as well and controls, and let's see what comes out. I'm just gonna give submit, and then I'm going to start a new session, and this time I'm going to select Opus 4.8 and I will give the same prompt. Okay, I will wait for this to build and let's see what we get. Okay, so I can see that the hexagon generated by Opus 4.8 is already built, but the Fable 5 is still generating. It's actually stress testing as well once it is built. Okay, so both of the models have completed generation. So this might look simple. Here's the first test. Ball bounces inside a hexagon. So it sounds easy, right? But the hexagon is spinning. The walls always keeps moving, and the ball has to bounce off moving the walls. This is very hard for a model to get, and the weak model actually messes up. So This is generated using the Fable 5, and I can see that the transitions are really very smooth, and I can actually adjust the rotation, make it fast, and then also adjust the gravity. Now compare this with the one that is generated by Opus. The appearance looks the same, but you can see a slight difference in the physics of the ball. Actually, I'm just adjusting the gravity. This one is generated by Fable 5. I feel that the animation generated by Fable 5 is more dynamic. Look at what it has calculated. It has calculated the velocity at the contact point, and it has got the energy decay and physics substeps, adaptability, step count, scales for the ball. Look at all these things. This small test shows me a lot of difference. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Here's the side-by-side comparison of the hexagon generated by Opus 4.8 on the left, and this one is generated by Fable 5. Watch how the ball actually moves. Pay close attention to what gets it right. I'm just gonna increase the gravity and also the speed now. It's pretty cool, right? So now it's time for round 2. I'm going to ask Fable to build me a Chrome extension that can generate B-roll video for me. I'm going to give this prompt. So feel free to stop the video and read the prompt. So I've asked Claude to build me a Chrome extension that also works in Brave. I want a Chrome extension that turns a highlight from any news article into an animated B-roll clip, return every file needed, each in its own clearly labeled code block. So I've given some instructions on how it should work, and I've given how the panel layout should look like. And here's the important part. When a play is pressed, the stage plays a timed professional looking sequence. Okay, so I'm just going to hit on generate. So this one is a bit bigger. It's actually a real tool that I can use for my content creation. I just give this prompt, and here's what I asked for. I need a tool that turns news into video. So I would pick some text, and then it builds a clean moving clip, but it has to do some of the hard things. And I would need it in 3 sizes. Basically, I can use it for long form video, which is the landscape one, and also the square as well as the portrait videos. Let's wait and see what Fable builds. The highlight B-roll extension is ready, so I would now install it. I've got the installation instructions here. Firstly, I'll click on extensions tab, manage extensions, and then I would select the developer mode on and click on load unpacked, and this is the tool. I'll select that and it's created. The extension is now loaded and I've enabled that, and I would just spin this. Now I would just go into any article and click on the extension. Now I would just select on this one, selected, 2 selected, 4 added, 5, and this one. I've got 7 selections. Now I would click on capture and animate. I've got few flaws here. First of all, it has missed the title, and I'm not able to really toggle this progress bar. Basically, I'm just gonna ask Claude Fable to correct these. I've given the screenshot of the output, and I've said heading is not working and the progress bar in the video playback is not scrollable. Now I would just hit on enter. I would ask Fable to fix that. Now let's see how it goes. Okay, so now it's rebuild. So let's test it out. I would go to Brave browser and then remove this, and I would click on manage extensions, load unpacked, and I would select this folder and click on pin. Okay, so now let's test it out. I'd click on this and would select the title, select some text, select the image, another text, and this. Okay, done. Now I would click on capture and animate. Okay, so now it's pretty cool, I guess. That's impressive. I have the option to save it in different aspect ratios. It's pretty cool. Now I would click on export. Now it's recording itself. It's done now. I would save this to my downloads. Here you go. Now I've got the video. Hit on play. It's highlighting in there and it's doing a different set of highlight. It's highlighting the image. Okay, so that's it. So it's done. Here's my take. Would you need Fable 5 or Opus 4.8 for daily jobs, small tasks, and you need to save your money? You can use Opus 4.8, which is pretty more than enough, and you would not feel the difference, to be honest. But if you want to build a big and hard task, Fable wins. You can see the rendering. If you want to develop a game and so on, so you would definitely need Fable. And that's the whole point. So the rule is simple. Don't waste Fable on easy stuff. Save it for the jobs. That breaks the rest. If you like this video, just hit that subscribe button and just follow me. See you on the next one. Cheers.